Yo, what is up, guys? It is Russ here. I decided I'm going to give you a updated pack by pack solo run of a 5-mask Orgrimmar run today. I will do these in Stormwind next week. The idea is I'm going to do a 5-mask solo on my Hunter now, and I'll bring you a 5-mask solo on my DH tomorrow. So we've got a ranged and a melee point of view. And I'll just do it pack by pack, kind of the easy way. I'll use my Sanity orbs when I need them, if and when I need them, I guess. And no overpulling, nothing too complicated. So kind of a step-by-step guide. This is a live commentary, so it will be full length. And I'll be, I guess, reacting to situations as they happen, so you can see my thought process. I'll try and explain everything as I'm going through. I'm just going to turn on all 5 masks now. So yeah, we'll have a ranged POV and a melee POV. Obviously, I'm doing this on my Hunter, which is fairly well geared. As you can see, it's 477. I will be, obviously take this with a pinch of salt if you're below geared. If you're lower geared than that, I've got a max level cloak, rank 15, 477 eye level. So this is going to be fairly easy for me. But I'm going to try and keep it simple, you know, not over pulling, because I could clear this a lot quicker. But I'm going to try and keep it, you know, relative or relevant to everybody, hopefully. So I'm going to flask up. I'm going to do this, you know, as assisted as possible. I probably won't use one of my augment runes. But I do have some kebabs if I do need them. So I'm just going to take it pack by pack, slow and steady, and just go from there. So I'm going to start the vision now. I did turn on all 5 masks. I always check if it says 125% on the debuff, then you've got it turned on. So I'm just going to, my spec, by the way, is... Oh, I should actually take Aspect of the Beast. I'm going to run this spec with Post Haste. It will clear the Leaden Foot, which is the Icy Feet. And my traits, I'm running with Beam Major. I would use this on, you know, keys, not keys, a run if I was going to overpull or something like that. And I'm using a Vision of Perfection Minor with 1 Rapid Reload trait and the others, whatever really. I'm running also, first tip, never run over 40 Corruption. I mean, you can, if you, but it's a bit risky, especially in Stormwind. But here, less risky, but I'll just keep it simple with not too much damage and everything like that. I want to keep it as relevant to as many people as possible, so we'll start the vision now. And by the way, just as like, you know, while I'm going to start this one, there's nothing too serious happening at the start. I do often do these live on Twitch as well on sort of Wednesday and Thursday. So if you have any questions after this, you can pop by anytime really. It doesn't matter if I'm doing them or not on stream on that particular day. I'm just going to use my cooldowns on cooldown. Make sure you focus the shaman. But yeah, you can ask me any questions on Twitch and stuff. So I'll link the live stream probably on the screen now or something, and at the end of the video and in the description box and things like that. So you'll definitely know about it. Let's say that much. So I got my proc of my visions. I'll link this weak aura. It's kind of an everything weak aura. It tells you the potions. It tells you the... I'm going to not interrupt that. Okay. It tells you the potions. It tells you the Vision of the Titans proc, or whatever this proc is called. I always forget the name. And it tells you also the cooldown on it, right? So it has a chance to proc anytime that it's off cooldown. It has a chance to proc. But it's not guaranteed. It's a fairly high chance. I'm going to heal up my pets. It's a fairly high chance, but it's not guaranteed. So you can roughly know when you're going to proc it, but it's not always guaranteed. So on these packs, they're pretty simple. The guards outside the outside Thrall, which you just saw me kill, just try and interrupt the intimidating shout. I messed up there a little bit already, but it didn't, you know, I didn't lose any sanity because of it. So I'm just going to open the chests as we go. And now my first thing is basically just clearing everything on the left side, because I'm going to need to use this left side later anyway. I'm pretty much using my cooldowns on cooldown because I'm resetting the cooldown on my aspect, you know, as we go. I'll probably save my laser beam for the guy inside. I always come and check the blacksmith, check if he's up, which he is. So I'm going to go kill him. He gives you a 10% damage buff. So I always check this guy like first thing I do, because you might as well have the 10% damage buff for the entire run, right? I'm just going to use my beam just to put it on cooldown. Why not, right? You can also stand in this thing, give you some extra damage, I guess. I got my proc, which is a little bit of a waste. I'm going to go check the potions real quick. I just check this dead guy. He's got a blue one. I click the blue on the weak aura, and it tells me which every potion is going to do inside this key now. So I'm going to run over to the other side and start pulling this stuff while I have, you know, 4 seconds left on my buff. So I've made some mistakes with the potions. I've had some good times with the potions. My final verdict on potions is really that The defensive fire breath and, you know, healing one, probably not worth it because they give you a slight buff, yes. However, if they time out while you're in combat, like you get like you get stunned for like 5 seconds or something if they time out. So you have to like keep tracking them and like cancel them before you go into a big pull or something like that, so you don't get stunned at like a really bad time. And I just feel like it's not worth the extra hassle of managing them. I'm going to take this chest on the left here. Also, I'm going to see what my sanity is like after the first elite and decide if I need to eat a kebab or not. So I'm basically only looking for these sanity potions nowadays. I used to take the fire breath and maybe the defensive one and the sanity one, but I just feel like it's not worth it. So I only look for sanity. So my weaker is telling me purple is sanity. So I'm basically just going to keep my eyes peeled for purple potions, and that's it. Like all the other ones, I'm just going to completely ignore. If I see a purple one and I don't need sanity at the time, I'm just going to remember where it is, and if I do need it later, like very badly, then I'm gonna pop it on, right? So I just got a vision proc. I'm gonna go ahead and attack this guy. Pop some CDs. Watch out for the swirlies he does on the ground. They're quite hard to dodge actually. The beam doesn't do sanity damage. You just have to run against it. You can let it push you back if it's gonna help you out. He gives me 200 sanity back, and that puts me basically back up to full sanity once again. So I'm gonna click Garona. So I didn't need to eat a kebab, not yet. So I don't have to put it on cooldown, right? Now I'm just gonna, you know, carry on going. In this pack, always focus the Dominator. I always rush Rexxar, by the way. The Dominator, it's not the Shadow Bolt, it's this Touch of the Abyss. You always need to save your interrupt for that cast. That's like a 4-second stun. And it's not too bad by itself, but, you know, if you get stunned inside a swirly going down, or you get stunned inside some of these pools from Burn Bridge, it can quickly add up to a decent amount of sanity loss for basically no reason, you know? So that one's red. I'm looking for purple. These appendages stand in melee range of as well, and then they won't burrow. Oh, apparently they do anyway. Sometimes they don't burrow. So I feel like it's worth the sanity lost to, obviously not if you're low sanity, but it's generally okay to lose a bit of sanity to stop them burrowing and just speeds things up a bit. This one I'm going to make sure I'm focusing Dominator on the stun cast once again. So there it is. I'm going to interrupt that one. You can also stun it if your interrupt's on cooldown for whatever reason. I'm just going pack by pack to prove that, you know, you don't have to overpull inside these visions to, you know, to finish them and 5-master them and things like that. So it'll be a bit of a slower run than I could do, but it should be a safe run, you know? So I'm just going to kill Snang, our friend over here. The route will be the same as well for the DH. It'll just be a couple extra tips maybe that you can pick up. I'll upload one just for the sake of completion, really, like a DH run, and I'll talk through it as I'm going through again. That one will be coming tomorrow. I would do it back to back, but I don't have enough coalesce visions on my DH to do it right now. So I'm just going to open up the rest of the stores, and then it should activate the guy down there. Meanwhile, he's activating. I'm just going to go and quickly open this door. It'll save me, you know, 5 seconds maybe, but you know, it could end up mattering. So you should activate now. And a tip for this guy is basically, I'm not going to use a potion or something, but you can use a pre-pot. You want to stand inside his hitbox, like inside. You see where I am now? And the Void Torrent will actually go behind you when he fires it, you see? Like, I'm not getting knocked up. You have to stand right inside him there. I got stunned by my, you know, the shadow coming in there. So the shield is, you know, you can break it. It's not a big deal. Then I'm going to go back inside his hitbox once again. Dodge the Void Torrent. Didn't get knocked up by it, and that's great. It saves you a bit of time, especially on a melee class. Very, very useful. Not as important on a ranged class, because, or especially a hunter, right? Because I can move while shooting and things, but on a caster would save you a lot of time. On a melee class would save you a lot of time. So a nice tip for you guys there. Misha doesn't really do too much, but I'm now in one of the, you know, lost zones, these tier 2 deeper zones. So I need to now, because it's a leaden foot madness, I need to keep an eye, you know, on my movement, basically. I never want to move without having a reason to move. So Misha's not too bad. She will spawn some ads when she dies. I'm just going to misdirect them on my pet and clean them up. Should be no big deal. Now, probably my least favorite mobs in the entirety of Orgrimmar are these bone crushers. Just going to deal with a split personality. I love Orgrimmar because you don't get trapped in the tight corridors. So these are luckily going to go on my pet, but these are an absolute nightmare if you don't have a pet or something. I'm going to stun him because they do a lot of damage, They do like a knockback and then they just do like a breath straight into it, and it really, really does hurt. Going to put these ones on my pet, send them in, probably interrupt that for, you know, just damage mitigation. I'm not really using my beam too much. I got a proc now, so I'm actually going to just kill these, even though I shouldn't really need to. There's a chest over there I want to get. I'm going to use my beam now, and I should have it back up for Rexxar in 2 minutes, or 1.5 minutes, sorry. I'm going to wait for my split personality, move out of it, and then I'm just going to grab the chest. Now, my sanity is still pretty good. There's an elite just over here, this big guy, so he should be giving me 200, so I can clear for, you know, down to 375 sanity before I need that elite to die to still be on max sanity. So I'm just going to take it easy, pack by pack, not taking any risks, just chilling, moving out of the split personality. Gonna take the bone weaver here. Probably gonna pop my CDs just because, and I'm actually gonna like chain pull the elite now because I've got my CDs running, right? So I'm gonna send in my pets, just kill this guy down. Hopefully I will have some cooldowns back up for Rexxar. I'll definitely have Bestial Wrath, and I might kill this pack and just spam multi-shot on it to lower the cooldown on my aspect because I'm running one rapid reload trait, right? So I'm going to grab the chest. There's always a mob that spawns here when you open this chest, so beware for that guy. It's going to spawn now. Just going to make short work of him. Split personality spawning, kind of annoying spot, but I think I can... I'm just going to wait it out then. Alright, now I'm going to pull this pack and reset the cooldown on my aspect. I can actually Bestial Wrath here because I'm going to have it back up, heal my pet. Never mind, it died. I'm gonna quickly res. This was bad because I got the proc now, you see, on my sanity thing. So I'm actually gonna do this a super safe way and show you guys how's the absolute best way to deal with Rexxar. At least in my opinion, or from what I've tried. I haven't tested every single route possible. I'm gonna kill this bone crusher now while it's on cooldown, so it can't proc. And basically, what I want to be happening is I'm gonna wait for my Vision of Titans to come back up. I'm going to stun the Bone Crusher. I'm going to wait for it to come back up so I can hopefully proc it from killing one of Rexxar's pets. And then once you get the proc, you know, you're immune to losing sanity for 20 seconds. So you can just tunnel the boss at that point. But you need to kill his pets until you get the proc, or hopefully get the proc, right? There's 4 pets and they come staggered. It comes 1 at like 80%, 1 at like 60%, and then 2 I think at like 40 or 50%. So I'm just gonna wait it out, really. I would also Bloodlust this boss and make sure you pre-pot and things. So I'm just gonna chill. He's gonna give me some sanity back, but I mean, I might as well use a kebab, right? So I don't have to use an orb. I'm waiting anyway for my for this cooldown, so I might as well eat a kebab, get 100 sanity back. It might help me for the fight. So if this goes according to plan, I'm gonna pre-pot. I'm saving my beam, I'm saving my cooldowns, I'm saving everything. This is probably the hardest part of the entire vision. I'm gonna pre-pot. I'm gonna pop some drums, misdirect, and then send into Rexxar. Now I want to kill his first pet as soon as it comes on me. So I'm gonna stun it. And then I'm gonna beam now that there's 2. I got the proc. And now that means that I can kind of just focus Rexxar for 16 seconds, right? I foolishly got stuck in a trap, which is a bit silly. Oh, sorry, the disorient. But once you get the proc, these aren't going to drain your sanity anymore. So you can just focus Rexxar. That's like the super safe way. If I didn't wait for the proc, how I would have done it would have been... I would have killed the first pet, killed the second pet, and then interrupting or stunning them or whatever, of course, to avoid the sanity, because it's their cast that is going to be draining your sanity. I think it's 30 sanity per cast, which is really quick when there's 4 of them attacking you, right? So you do need to kill the pets. Otherwise, you can Zerg the boss if you have enough damage, or you can Zerg the boss and sacrifice your cheat death. But I prefer to keep my cheat death for, you know, when I actually do need to cheat death if I mess up or something. So that was the super safe way. And as you can see, I've still got 3 orbs. I've got pretty much a full sanity bar. I can eat another kebab already, which is great, but I don't need to. There's an elite down here, which is going to give me 200 sanity. I'm going to bring my pet back. And we're just going to kill these off. Make sure you do kill these Void Walkers, because I've had them bug out before and keep me stuck in combat, and they almost screwed up my run. It was actually on my previous Visions video that I put on YouTube. So this guy, I'm just going to kind of kill him as I'm running down to... I skip this zone, but I kill this elite, right? So that the gate opens, because there's a bit of RP. When you do kill this guy, you have to wait like 10 seconds for the gate to open. So I let that RP go while I'm doing the next zone. I mean, it's a very minimal time gain, but I feel like the route works out quite well anyway. So I usually do... I leave this zone for last, right? So I'm back to full sanity. I'm going to open the door. And as I said, I'm just taking it pack by pack to show that you really don't need to like play aggro, or you can play safe and still get these 5 masks done. Obviously, my gear is maybe better than a lot of people's. By no means best in slot, but it's up there, you know. I would say that you could probably do these. What's the sanity drain? It's like 80% sanity loss reduction. I'd say you could probably do these with maybe 60% sanity loss reduction and a decent amount of gear, like close to 470 probably. Maybe a little bit lower depending on how well you play it. So I'm literally just taking it pack by pack, no stress. I'm going to take care of this pack first, actually. So the Dominator first here. I'm going to save my interrupt for when he does the stun, which is now interrupting, and then just cleave them down. Now I'm actually going to show you the safe way to do it on a hunter for the next pack too, where I'm going to trap the far Dominator, so that I'm only fighting one at a time, right? So I'm going to save my interrupt. I can trap this one and go on this one, save my interrupt for this guy, and then for the second one I'm going to stun him, right? So I got my intimidation ready, so I'm going to stun him now. Oh, didn't even need it apparently, I just one-shot him. But yeah, I had my stun ready, as you can see down here on my bar, and I was ready to pop that one on him. So open the chest, easy mementos right there. Gonna wait for my split personality, annoying placement, but it's okay. And this pack, just AoE it down. I'm gonna use my beam, why not, right? Remembering about the leaden foot. So I've kind of screwed up my my leaden foot. I had to disengage to cleanse it, right? And now I got a proc on my visions, so I can go straight into this guy. I don't want to waste any uptime because it's basically like having a bloodlust. This guy, you just want to wait for the sanguine residue, move, and then he's going to do like a cone spit on you. And that one you need to kind of like pre-move. I almost got unlucky there. So he's going to do now the sanguine spit, and I move. And then I'm just going to not DPS him and let you show that you can also... Oh, my pet killed him. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. And we're still at full sanity, still have 3 orbs, still have cheat death. See, and we're almost done, to be honest. We got 3 mini bosses and Thrall left. So I try to keep my cheat death, you know, not play too greedy. Try to keep my cheat death for when it's needed. Gonna focus the appendages here. They're annoyingly coming up on me. Dodge the swirlies when you can. Focus him while there's nothing else there. Put my pet back on the appendage. So as you can see, kind of methodical, I guess. You can do this a lot more recklessly. I don't think I would come even close to failing if I played recklessly, but I'm more doing this to prove a point that you don't have to, right? Like you don't have to take big risks to get these done. And it's definitely worth doing, I'd say 2 or 3 of these per week, because it's guaranteed corrupted gear, right? Every single time that you do one of these 5 masks, if you really want and you struggle with 5 masks, you can make sure you get like 1 5 mask done, and then you can do a 4 mask and a 3 mask, and you'll get the same gear as if you did 3 5 masks. But you get more corrupted mementos from doing 5 masks, and the corrupted mementos are useful for buying the sockets, right? You can socket your gear with 25,000 mementos. So I always do 5 masks just to get the mementos a bit faster. He was pretty easy. Anything without a pet, he's going to throw you, and then he's going to jump on you. So you get thrown, and then you immediately have to start strafing out of his, where he threw you, because he's going to put a swirly on the ground. So just be aware of that. Luckily for me, he throws my pets. You need to really dodge the defile ground. This is probably like the most dangerous thing of this guy. Then you just put swirlies, no big deal. Make sure you stack inside his hitbox once again. Seems like a lot of mechanics in here. He's going to do a defile ground, so I'm looking kind of like where I can move. Seems like a lot of the mechanics in here, you know, they throw out from them. So if you just stand inside the hitbox, you can actually completely avoid the mechanic. He's going to do a defile ground pretty soon, so I'm planning where I'm going to move. Now it's there, and that's it. He's probably the easiest boss in the whole Vision of Orgrimmar. And that's that zone done. Still at full sanity. Not even over pulling. It's great, right? Just, I mean, this run, I mean, I'll see what time it is on the video when I finish recording, but it's pretty much, I think I can do these in around 20 minutes, give or take, depending on how efficiently I clear them. I'd honestly think that this is probably only going to take a few minutes longer than that, doing it the super safe way. So it's worth it if you're struggling. If you feel like you don't care that much or you're really in a hurry, then I would say, yeah, just like YOLO it. But if you really want to make sure you get the 5 masks, just do it the safe way. There's no downside really. Like, it takes you 5 minutes extra. It feels like it'll take you a lot longer, but when it actually comes down to it, it's probably only 5 minutes or so. So just doing the totems as I go, opening the chest. Why not, right? 3 mementos. Going to might as well pop my aspect on this pack and my bestial wrath. Yeah, the flamey feet is really annoying in this district because it keeps jumping you off the bridge. So for this one, you can kind of use the flamey feet to your advantage as a disengage or something. If you see your character kind of like lighting on fire, you can know that like soon you're going to jump, right? So I can press forward and I will like do that. So you can predict it. You can use it as kind of like a miniature disengage or something. Make sure you interrupt the shaman. He's maybe gonna put down a totem, which is gonna drag me in. He did. I normally just focus that totem. This cast you can interrupt or stun or whatever. Oh, that thing's gonna stun me if I don't dodge it. These two you preferably don't want to fight, but it's not the end of the world if you do. You just need to make sure that with the void walkers, these greater void elementals, I'm actually just gonna fight them because I got the proc, just to show you. So you want to interrupt their cast. It's going to increase all the damage you take. So it's the same ones as in Stormwind. You want to interrupt the Void Burst or whatever it was called, cast. And then this guy, he doesn't really do too much. He just puts stuff on the ground you need to dodge. And that's about it. So got the totems done. And then it's boss time. And this is the last miniature boss or mini boss. Just going to do last totem. Heal up my pet because I see he's a bit low. And then this guy, very easy as a ranged, a little bit more difficult as a melee. But yeah, just gonna go in, jump in with both feet, stay at ranged, and if you can force his hand where he's gonna put the hopelessness. So you can actually predict if you stand between a bunch of stuff, he'll usually place it like right on top of you. See how he did there? Because he fires it like out from you as a projectile. So if you lock yourself into a wall, obviously you need to watch for where the waves are and things. But he's gonna probably just put it on me. Oh, that was bad. But he's gonna put it here. Unfortunate. Wow, the flamey feet really got me there. So yeah, you can kind of like stand close to a wall or something, and if it shoots that way, it's obviously gonna shoot away. But if he shoots it left, then it'll just land on top of you, which is great. Got my proc, which is annoying. I'm actually gonna show you the safe way to do Thrall as well. So I'm just gonna wait out this proc. I might as well use an orb when we go to Thrall just to show you guys. So I've got time now because I'm going to orb before Thrall anyway. I've got like 400 sanity to chill. Obviously there's the void crystals you can also pick up as you go along. I don't really pay too much attention to those. If you're really in need of mementos, then do that. But this is more of a guide to show you just kind of like how to do the vision. So I got some time to do a couple mailboxes. I'm not going to go too far. I'm just going to do that one there, which I did not get them out. Feels bad, man. And then I'm going to do the one, you know, just down here outside the auction house. If you could use this time to like go and hunt for some chests or do the mailboxes or whatever. I'm just going to keep the video a little bit on the short side, but I'll show you that, you know, what you can do. So I'm going to open this one, see what's up. I'm waiting for my buff anyway, so I got time. Unfortunate, did not get the mail mancha. Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. Yeah, and then I'm going to just wait it out until this is off cooldown, and then I'm going to pop an orb as we pull Thrall. My Bloodlust is ready once again. I can use a pre-pot if I need. Everything, like I have everything, right? I have my beam, I have everything. So the idea here is now that my Vision of the Titans is off cooldown, by the way, just note that I didn't take a single potion during this entire run, right? So you don't need to. I ate one kebab just for the sake of it, but I probably didn't need to. So I'm gonna orb. Watch out that these don't push you back. They charge you when you go in, right? So I'm gonna orb, walk forward in front of the orb, let the pigs knock me back into the orb, and then I'm going to focus the pigs. I'm going to interrupt one, and I'm going to stun the other one. And then hopefully I'm going to get this to proc off one of the pigs when I kill it, right? So that should... Oh, I accidentally got the figment. This is bad because this might proc my vision. No. Hopefully it won't. And it did. Okay, so I'm just going to pop an orb real quick and I'm going to go straight in. What I wanted to do was I wanted to kill the first pig. I'm going to interrupt that one and I'm going to stun this one. And then I'm going to beam them, right? And I wanted that to proc me the vision. I'm going to Bloodlust. Pop my cooldowns. And then all you need to do with Thrall is dodge the defiled ground, which he's doing there. It's like a line in front of him. That's all you really need to do with Thrall. Just dodge everything on the ground, but really, really watch out for that cast. I feel like the shield is almost impossible to break. But what I wanted to do was get the proc off the pigs, so dodging the defiled ground. And then I would just, you know, I wouldn't be losing any sanity as I was fighting him. So he's going to defile ground soon. Think of it as like roughly, I don't know, 10-second cooldown on it. So you just have to think like a mental clock in your head every 10 seconds, like, okay, the defiled ground's probably coming soon. So I think it's probably coming in the next 3 seconds or so. And there it is. And you just keep doing that, rinse and repeat. And that's it. That's literally it. 5 masks. I used 1 orb at the end just for safety. I still had my cheat death. I probably didn't need to orb, but, you know, I did it just because there's no reason not to. When you're in that position, there's really no reason not to use an orb, right? Like, you don't gain any extra mementos, you don't get any extra items or extra pets or anything for saving your orbs. So you really don't need to. And obviously that entire run, I also had the 10% damage buff from the blacksmith. There you go, 5 masks, Orgrimmar, pack by pack, no rushing, easy mode, right? Easy. I'm going to open these. Let's see what I get, guys. I'm going to do a crisscross pattern, okay? So I'm going to go here, I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go back on myself. And across. This is the obviously the secret code to getting the best corruptions. And here we go. What do we get? What do we get? Mindflay 2 on a not great item. Okay. I mean, it could be worse. Mindflay on a pretty decently high eye level item, so it could be okay, you know. I personally don't really like Mindflays, though. I'm running stat amps. I've got severe and expedient, and then I'm running a deadly momentum and then the bow. So it's nice. It feels like more consistent, right? If you get a tentacle proc at a good time, then, you know, it's insanely good. But I much prefer just having consistent damage. Anyway, I got 1,900 mementos, and that's obviously going to get amplified by 125%. So pretty good. Not too bad haul. Roughly, you know, 4.5 to 5k mementos in this run, and I didn't really even go for those candles that you can find around, right? And there it is, 5 masks, bad corruption item, but it's worth doing anyway. Imagine if I got a severe or I got a gushing wound or something like that, right? It would have been totally worth. And now I have almost another key, so I'll probably go and do another one. I'll probably go do my dailies and do another one. But yeah, that's it for me, guys. As I said earlier, I do these live on Twitch. I do many more things live on Twitch too. I do viewer keys and viewer raids and things like that. But yeah, if you got any questions, do come hit me up there or in the comment section below. I will link the live stream probably on the screen as I speak right now. And yeah, also down below. And I'll put the weak aura for the, you know, all-in-one kind of thing down there as well. And anything else I think might be useful for you guys, I'll put that all in the description. And yeah, I'll bring out the Demon Hunter one tomorrow. Hopefully you like this kind of video. Let me know if you did. Let me know if you didn't. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and you want to see more content. I do plan on bringing out more frequent content, okay? I'm going to try and get 5 videos out within the next week, okay? So that's my personal challenge to me. I'll do, you know, range POV, melee POV Orgrimmar, range POV, melee POV Stormwind, and then that'll probably be my visions almost done. Unless you guys really want another video, just let me know if you do. And then I'm going to start a series on how to solo time every single key on a +15. So look forward to that. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and thank you very much for watching. Hopefully see some of you on stream, and if not, then see you in the next video. Thank you guys, and goodbye.